Hey, I said, welcome to Torah Time. We're going to be doing Torah portion, Lech Lecha, go forth yourself this week. This Torah portion, let me see if I can give you the scriptures. Yes. Genesis 12:1 through 17:27, Isaiah 40:27 through 41:6, and Romans 4:1 through 25. Those are the Torah scriptures for the Torah portion this week, Lech Lecha. Again, I want to encourage you to be studying, checking out, proving out, and asking Yah, which way does he want you to turn with this scripture? You know, it's there used to be this old show back in the day, As the World Turns. And I remember growing up and going through a department store, and we would see that, and then my mom would sometimes watch that when we would get home from school. It was like this picture of the globe, and I always had that in my mind, this picture of the world turning. As I began to understand about Torah, as the Torah turns, and if you know anything about the physical Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, it is parchment from an animal, and it's actually on what is called a tree. So the Sefer, the book, is actually on the tree. And so it's rolled, and so each week the cantor will roll to a portion of the scripture. This week he's rolling to Lech Lecha. The other thing I want to share with you before we dive back into Lech Lecha is we like to get these to you. Our whole goal with these Torah Time nuggets was to get these to you early in the week so you could have them for your family or for yourself. Maybe you're just an individual family. You're a family of one. Well, cool. You could take these as inspiration nuggets, and also they're created to be short periods of time, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, that kind of thing. So you can consume it from your smartphone, from your Droid device, from your iPad, or any type of device like that. You can take these bits of information and use them for yourself. Okay, enough of the commercial. Back to Lech Lecha. I want to quote something that maybe is not normally quoted in these circles. Maybe it is, but I want to share something a little bit different about this Torah portion, because we're going to be talking about Avram here. And I'm going to read this. In fact, let's throw this up on the screen. It says, "And they said to each other, this only betokens the child that had been born to Terah this night, who will grow up and be fruitful and multiply and possess the earth, he and his children forever, and his seed will slay great kings and inherit their lands." That's from the book of Jasher, chapter 8, pages 17, verse 4. Normally we don't quote from Jasher, but Jasher is actually mentioned in the scriptures. And so I thought it'd be cool with this portion to just quote right out of Jasher. This vision, what they're talking about right here, is what those wise people, those prophets saw about Avram, young Avram. And this really disturbed Nimrod, the king, to the point where he, just like you see this over and over in history, he wanted all male children in his land dead. And so, of course, Avram ends up having to leave the land. And it goes on in the book of Jasher, he's hid in a cave and all of that. Well, I want to share something with you about this. There are 10 generations between Noah and Avram. I don't know if you know that, but that's something for us to take a look at. But there are 10, so this 10 is showing up. The other 10 is that he was 10 years old when he was taken to a cave. I mean, really read in Jasher and you see the context of some of the details of some of the stuff that happened. So he's 10 years old and he's taken to this cave to live. The 10 Hebrew letters, what I wanted to go to what is the 10th Hebrew letter? So if I just out of my, thinking as I'm studying this, looking at Jasher, what's the 10th Hebrew letter? It's Yud. Now, Yud has a range of meanings, just like most of the Hebrew letters. All the Hebrew letters have ranges of meanings, not most, all. So, Yud, it means humility, the inheritance of Torah. Homiletically, it means hand, or yad, hand. It also refers to, and this is what the Jewish sages teach us, the 10 tests of Avram, or Abraham. His descendants, Israel, test God 10 times in the wilderness. So his descendants get tested 10 times. Abraham himself was tested 10 times. This also gives us another Hebrew word, yedid, or close friends. So I want to quote from what I was sharing with you earlier about Avram. It says, when Avram came out of the cave, he went to Noah and his son Shem. He remained with them to learn the instruction of the Lord and his ways. And so young Avram goes to the school of Noah. And, Noah and Avram are related. And I think that you may have heard, or if you haven't yet, Jameson Bryant did his Torah Time on Noah. And in Parashat Noah, he talks about how all of the flesh of the earth is related. I thought it was a great point, and I want to follow that up by saying not only is all the flesh related, but Avram is with his great-great-great, he's with his grandfather, Noah, and Noah's teaching him the ways of Yah. And you can find it on Jasher, chapter 9, verse 5, page 19. So if you want to look at that, you'll be able to see that. Now also in Genesis chapter 12, verse 9, it says, he went down into Egypt. Now I want to pay attention to what it says, he went down. This whole descending, sometimes life will bring us these circumstances where we have to humble ourselves, or you're humbled through life circumstances. Of course, these 10 trials that Avram then into Abraham went through were certainly tests of his faith. Going down. There's sometimes that we look around and we realize we've gone down, or we are going down. In fact, I could tell you, we look around this country and the country has gone down. Thus, why we should be praying not only for the nation of Israel, but praying for America and for the salvation of those who run this country, and for those who are out there doing work, that they should be strengthened in him. But sometimes, in the midst, we go down, or we see this going down in Genesis chapter 12, verse 9. What I want to bring up with that is this Hebrew term, tikkun, which means to repair, the nephesh, the flesh, the repair of the flesh. A descending down, or humbling, or being humbled, or being humiliated should bring about the repair of your flesh. So, Avram, Genesis 12:9, he went down. He went down and he had to discover some things in Egypt. Of course, he met Egypt and Egypt met him with all sorts of trials. Your study questions for this portion: what were the trials of Avram? I want you to list as many as you can. And you may not have them all if you don't have Jasher. But I want you to list as many trials of Avram as you can. Your other study question that I'm challenging you to do with your family this week: the 10 trials of his children, the children of Israel. I want you to list those 10 trials. Those are your homework assignments. So I want you to go knock those out. As we close, I want to share with you some beautiful things from the Gemara, 250 to 550 CE in the Talmud. There are 5 types of humans, 5 kinds of humans that exist in the world based on the Gemara. And I want to share this with you because Abraham was transformed through the repairing of his flesh, tikkun ha-nefesh. He was being repaired. You see, everything about us is for repair. We should be looking to repair our flesh. But Avram it typifies that. He really shows us that in a big way. But with that being said, I want to quote from the Gemara and share with you, there are 5 types of humans, 5 kinds of humans, And let's see what category some of these folks fall into. Let's see what category you and I fall into. Let's see what category our family falls into. Let's talk about this 5 kinds of humans. The first kind, the righteous that succeed in erasing all selfishness. You know, he had to go down, descend. Did it help him with selfishness? The righteous who fail to erase all selfishness. The wicked who succeed in holding on to some inkling of selfishness. Ooh, I want to talk to you about something. I'm going to finish these though. The wicked who fail to consider anything or anybody but themselves. And then number 5, which I think is the most dangerous, the in-betweener. The in-betweener. And what I want to talk to you about and what really popped up in my spirit was the ego. You know, ego is an acronym. Mark Morgan, my friend who lives way over yonder in Mississippi, told me ego is an acronym for edging God out. Thank you, Mark. It is an acronym for us trying to edge God out, trying to be a God in our life. And that selfishness will try to put ourselves on the throne and rise up and puff up. Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees versus going down. That going down can be a good thing if we take it for tikkun, for repair.